Welcome to today's AI, intro to AI. We're going to be doing a brief overview on what AI is, the opportunities that you can utilize it. There's no way I'm going to be able to cover everything in an hour. This is merely to get the conversation going for you to start understanding what potential is there. So just by show of hands, who is currently using AI? Okay. All right, good. Fantastic. So what are you guys using it for? What are use cases?
It's like to look over emails sometimes.
Okay. Reviewing emails, I like that.
Editing write-ups.
Write-ups.
Yeah.
Those are based on follow-up plan. Whatever you're using AI for, just know that you can use it 10x for whatever it is and then some. A lot of people think it's this complicated thing. At the end of the day, I haven't used Google search in months. It's beyond just being able to add else and things like that. Now, the best thing you can do is review emails, right? So you're dealing with some jerk. I'll give you an example. So you're dealing with somebody, some jerk is giving you a hard time. What I like to do is I like to get out my aggression, frustrations by writing a mean email, and then I'll tell the AI, hey, make this sound polite. Just take, there you go. And it'll take everything and it'll put a spin on it. So what I want today to be is give you guys more actionable items. So I'm going to be walking you guys through it. If you have your phone available, if you have your phone with you, you can download the app. Now, please understand there are tons of AIs out there. Okay, I prefer ChatGPT. I'm on the highest plan, but even the free version is very, very powerful. Okay, then you can get the $20 a month one that allows you to do more. But if you're brand new to it, I highly recommend just playing around with the free model. But beyond that, Meta has an AI. Google's got one that's not very good, if I'm being honest. DeepSeek. Has anybody heard of DeepSeek? Okay, that's a new one that just came out like a week and a half, 10 days ago. Very powerful, and it's free. Okay. So yeah, there's a variety of them. I'm going to do most of my stuff off of OpenAI just because it's the most familiar one. It's got a lot of adoption. You can download the app. I actually recommend it. I know most times people present, they're like, please put your phones away. I recommend when you pull your phones out, downloading the app if you don't already have it. Okay? It'll just make it easier because I want you to use this and play around with it. So.
Which app?
ChatGPT.
Oh, Chat. Okay.
Or you can search it as OpenAI. ChatGPT. So basically, I'm not going to dive into what AI is. So I'll give you guys like a history lesson on what AI is supposed to be doing. It is not here to replace you. Okay. One of the worst things I've ever heard when talking to somebody and telling them that I want them to use AI or ChatGPT as well as their admins. I heard somebody tell me no, because they felt as though they're not getting their money's worth from their admin using ChatGPT. It's like cheating, which is the most crazy thing to think of. Everybody in your team should be utilizing this tool. It's like saying, no, you shouldn't use the internet because it's going to make your job easier and I want to get my money's worth. It's mind-boggling to actually think like that. Everybody uses the internet. Everybody's going to use AI. If you don't, I want to stress this, and this is why I want to make this something that this office really talks about and makes it a priority for yourselves, your personal lives, and your careers. If you do anything, I want you to use AI. It's not going to think for you, but it's going to do that grunt work. It's going to take care of 80 to 90% of the basics. It does make mistakes. There are errors. That's why you're not going to just kind of blindly trust everything it says and just send it out into the ether. But you're going to be able to speak to something. It's like, how helpful was Google for us for the last 20, 30 years? Now you have a Google that talks back to you. You have an expert in every single field in the world at your disposal, okay? If my VA asks me a question, I always tell them, just ask ChatGPT, because ChatGPT knows better. I've had people say, hey, do you have a confidentiality agreement? Create a template of a confidentiality agreement. And I'm not very good at spelling, so I'll just write random gibberish. Okay? Great. My English is getting worse, actually, because I don't speak proper English to the ChatGPT. And then boom, you got it. And it's going to come up with this long legal template for you. Again, you're still going to review it. You're still going to make sure that you're kind of covering your bases. But at the end of the day, what this would have taken us hours to prepare. You have to look on web forums and find whatever you're trying to look for. And then you can add your specifications to it, and it's reactive. Okay, so this is just one example, but like you want to create a workout routine, right? You're going to ask it. The one thing with AI that I always recommend people to understand is you have to give it more information. It's a very smart machine, but you have to give it prompts. The more general your question, the more general the answer is going to be. So always specify. All right. So if you want to create a workout plan, for example, you want to give it your specs. Hi, I am blank years old. I am blank weight. My goal is this. So it's going to take all that information and then create a custom workout plan for you specifically to your prompts. Any questions so far? Any specific things you guys want me to talk about today? Okay.
Sorry, are you going to talk about integrations with other like softwares that
Yeah.
people send?
Yeah, a lot of different softwares have different ways of integrating it, and some of them haven't even come up with it yet. But there are every single thing that we use. Command has AI capabilities,
That's good.
things like that. But then what I'm just focusing more on is specifically the different types of AI that you can use free and clear from any of the things that we have, customizing into your systems. But yeah, there's a lot of programs out there that you can add to. So this was an example of a confidentiality. Okay, I can respond to it and say, make it sound way more professional with more legal jargon. And then within 30 seconds, it's updated it and it's giving you a new version of it. It is extremely powerful and you can use this for literally anything. But I want to talk to you guys more about what are the use cases that we can use it for in our day-to-day lives. Of course, it's going to happen a little slower. Lead generation, lead follow-up, scripting. You can actually practice your scripting with this thing. Okay? It's still editing. I'm going to let it run. I'll just keep talking for now. Again, when you're speaking to the AI, you're going to say, you are whoever you're trying to speak to. That's a really cool thing about this. Is it will scrape the internet on everything that it can compile on a particular person.
Sorry, you're using 4.0, so this is the paid version. How different is this interface with the basic ones that the app that I have in my phone?
The basic one doesn't go too deep.
Okay.
So I can go back and forth with it maybe 3-4 times, and the memory gets filled a lot quicker. What I've got is I built a C-suite. So what I mean by that is I've got an accountant, I've got a lawyer, I've got a compliance officer, I have every single person that I would normally have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to, and I created prompts for them, and I speak to them, and it knows. So when you have I'll do that in another class. We'll dive a little bit deeper. But you have a lot more opportunity to do that kind of stuff with the paid version. With the paid version, you can also create videos, images. So you can come up with a logo in 30 seconds, which usually you'd have to hire somebody on Fiverr, or you have to hire a marketing agent, or whoever it is. So anyways, here you go.
I also noticed on the paid version, it has like a better memory. Like you
Yeah.
can say to remember this about yourself or XYZ. So every time you do a prompt, it'll remember what you said 10 prompts ago or something.
Yeah.
For the free one, it doesn't always.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. So you just have to, you can go a little bit deeper. But if you're just doing surface stuff, the paid version is good. But then once you get really comfortable with it, yeah, I recommend going paid version. The version I'm paying, I think, is $200 a month. But I pay for all the AIs. Like I got Grok, which is Twitter's or X. I've got Meta's AI, Google's AI. DeepSeek is free. I've got this. This is by far the best for all over. DeepSeek is really good though, like super powerful for free AI, but it's also built off of OpenAI. So at the end of the day, the technology is going to continue to get stronger and stronger, and you're going to have a lot more opportunity to do a bunch of stuff. But right now, we want to focus on just basic things. Okay, so we're going to talk to. You are Gary Keller, founder of KW. All right. Are an expert real estate agent. I want to find business in Oshawa. Where do I start? So instead of us having to go through the books ourselves, we pick up the tips and things like that. It's going to compile what Gary Keller would say to you, because it's going to have all the information from all the books Gary's written. It's going to have all the information on all the vlogs and blogs Gary's been on and has been featured in and all that stuff. So we're going to close this. Okay? And there you go. So whenever somebody says, I don't know where to start by just vomiting your words into ChatGPT and let it guide you and then be reactive to it, ask it more questions and go down. Okay? Build your database, establish a strong online presence, target expired FSBOs, the generic stuff, right? Okay. I want to focus on number one. Where do I begin? So you can pick your own adventure. So somebody might say they would want to target the FSBOs, and you can create an action plan just for the FSBOs. Whereas I want to start from the very beginning. This used to take us hours. This in and of itself is extremely powerful. This is an amazing way for onboarding people who are brand new to the business. This is going to give you shorten your learning curve exponentially, but it's also amazing if you're high up and you're trying to scale more or you're trying to niche it. Okay, so I want you guys to just brainstorm for yourselves, because this isn't going to be like a one where I'm going to just guide us through. I want you to utilize this. Think of your biggest issue right now that you're having in your business, your biggest friction point. I want you to think of who would it be that you'd like to talk to out there, if you had the ability, whether it's Tony Robbins or somebody who's not even alive, Socrates. You want to ask a philosophical question. You have that capacity here. You can talk to anyone. Now, again, information is not 100% accurate. You have to double check things, verify it, go back and forth with it, but everything is at your fingertips. There's literally no reason for you to ever say, I don't know anything. You didn't have it before with Google, but it was a little bit tougher. You have to do a little bit deep dive, go back and forth. But this is right here for you. You have more information and knowledge and tools available at your disposal than the richest human being on the planet 20 years ago, let alone 100 years ago. All right? So you guys want to throw something out there? Any questions? Yeah.
What version do you use when you're like?
I've got the 401, which is the paid, the top tier version. Yeah, for this version, for what I'm talking to right now, very basic stuff, yes, absolutely. But again, what the 4.0 does is it allows you to have a memory. You can create specific prompts. You can teach it stuff, right? So foundationally, the way it's going to approach something is going to always be the same. So like what I've got, and I'm going to share with the office in the next week or two when I'm done working out the bugs, a business plan creating. So the same way we want to create a business plan, everyone's going to have different goals, but the format is going to be the same. You got your business plan, you got your lead gen, you got lead follow, you got all these different things, but it's going to be reactive to who you are. So you can say, hey, I'm more of an introvert. I don't want to go to events. I don't want to do this. I want to call, or I want to, whatever. You can customize it however you want, but the framework is going to be the same. So you can create specific GPTs that only do one activity. So like I've got a list of them here, and I'm making a bunch of these, and it's going to be available to the office in the coming weeks. But you can help you with time blocking, right? You can say what your normal schedule is. You can say, hey, I'm a night owl, but I'm looking to get this done. What do you recommend? And it will spit it out. It is a guide. It will help you with anything and everything. I'd love to do more stuff for you guys. So if you have any specific, or anybody watching at home, if you want me to put specific prompts in, because it's going to be more just kind of this stuff, just kind of giving you guys an idea of what you could do with this.
So for anyone that makes like consistent content on their social media platforms, you can literally, it will write you exactly even how to film it. Not just the topics and like discussion points, but it will tell you like pretty much like adding B-roll here at this time, move the camera to this side at this time. Okay, well, so there's no more like, oh, I don't know what to say, or I don't know what to film today.
Wow.
Literally, it will do it all for you. Same with like if you do podcasts or anything, you can say like write me a podcast on a discussion about, 5 big mistakes buyers make, and it will literally say this person says this person says this. It's almost like a script. Like it hands you over like a full script. We haven't used it to that degree yet. I've played around with it and seen it because I still like to write our own stuff, but it's more, I feel like it's good for people that maybe don't have as much of a creative mind. It's just like, I don't know what to say.
That's it.
And like, it will tell you everything, and then it saves you a lot of brain power.
It gives you the 80% foundation. You can customize it. You might say, you know what, I want to change this. But 80% of it can be done for you. So instead of you're not sitting there with a blank screen going, okay, shit, I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
It'll give you the basics, the foundation, and you can plug and play what you want. So let's go with the.
Can you type something in actually, or did you already do that?
Yes, I said, let's work on a social media calendar for the coming week. My target market is first-time buyers in Oshawa. Come up with a list of 10 topics. right? Great move. The solid social media plan will help you attract and engage first-time buyers in Oshawa. Here's a week-long social media calendar and 10 content topics to post across Instagram. So again, what I also recommend is niching down specifically. So you can say, I want a content plan for Instagram, because the caption is going to be different than you would necessarily on TikTok or on Facebook, if you really want to dive down. But when you're just getting started, this is really good as a general overview. So there we go, right? And then you could say,
So can you say like, write me a 30-second reel on this topic?
yeah. So let's go start with number one.
And say like for Instagram. Yeah, 30-second reel, for this talk on Instagram.
One.
Yeah, there we go. Scene one.
Standing in front of, oh my gosh.
Are you paying $2,500 a month for rent? What if I told you that the same money could buy you a home in Oshawa? Right?
Where's this Oscar? I don't even know where to start. So many people come to me and say, I don't even know, like, I don't like being on camera. I don't even know how to do it. It's like, that's it right there.
That's it. Right there, you've already got the content plan for one video, boom, done. Now, I like using Alex Hormozzi's method, okay? I want you to update this to use Alex Hormozzi's method. Now, my way I usually do it already has it in program, so when I say Alex's method, it'll know what story to offer. In this one, I'm going to specify method using a hook, getting interest, story, either steps, list, or story, and offer something of value or call to action. If you're paying $2,500 a month in rent, you're making your landlord rich. Here's why that's a huge mistake. You see how it just changed the whole, everything changed. You're bringing more of a call to action or whatever. You could do whatever you want.
Well, that's right. If you write your own stuff, you can just like input it into there and maybe say like, make this more engagement, or like, how could I target a larger audience with this
That's it.
content? And then it might change a few things up for you, right? Or like, yeah, give you the longer.
But like right there, we just went back and forth. We threw a couple ideas down and you've got a script for a video. There is no more excuses, guys. It all boils down to it's always been about execution, but now you have everything. You know, I'm scared of being on camera. What can I do to get over this fear? Getting comfortable on camera is a skill, not a talent, meaning you can train yourself to improve. Here's a game plan to overcome the fear and start creating confidence. And it gives you some tips on that hurdle. Any objection you have, any friction point you have, this is a tool that's going to help you kind of overcome that. It's not going to do the work for you. It's going to do a majority of it, but at the end of the day, you still have to execute everything that you're seeing here. Start without showing your face. Voiceover videos, text-based reels, B-roll footage. Record yourself privately every day. Use filters and editing to boost your confidence. Use a teleprompter for confidence. Like, these are actionable steps that you can do right away. At the end of the day, you're still gonna be like, no, I don't want to do it. Okay, good luck. See you later. Let's talk to the people that actually want to execute and do the work. Okay? But it's all here. And it's free. It's available to you on your phone right now. Okay?
Sorry, sidebar question. B-roll footage, does that mean that's when you're not in front of the camera?
Yes.
It's like fillers, you know, like it'll show like something at a house, filler in it, just like kind of what you're talking about, but the video relates to what you're talking about.
What is B-roll footage? Give me 10 examples.
You're just a robot now.
Yeah.
If you guys ever engage with me, don't even walk into the alley. You know, I'm a robot. But this is it,
I
guys.
think that's great because that, for someone that doesn't want to be in front of the camera, that's a great way to just,
That's it.
it'll help you get traction and footage and confidence. And then, you know, when you start with actually be able to stuff to your face with it.
Like, just staring directly in the camera, like an inch away from you.
Yeah, and then, I mean, that's where you could just ask it, hey, write me, 10 videos on these topics without me, the camera, all people, right? And then I'll give you that. what I like about it is I feel like with your business plan, like it can just help you detail it more. So if you have like 3 pillars you're trying to tackle, or say a farm area you're trying to break into, it just sort of like gives you maybe step by step the approach monthly to be doing.
That's it.
Right?
Let's create a, you know, people are like, I don't know how to do a 36 touch program. Yeah. Okay. I want to create 36 touch program to keep in touch with my database and provide them value. Come up with a template. And again, it's going to give you the bulk. You're not going to use it blindly and say, all right, this is good. You're going to put your twist on it. You're going to put your branding and your feel and your tonality. But at the end of the day, okay, 35 touch. I guess that'll be sufficient. The 35 touch program. See, remember what we were talking about first time buyers. So it's automatically assuming that your database is first time buyers. So you might say, well, my database isn't only first time buyers. My database is a mix of customized. Right there. 12 monthly emails, value driven, 12 social media engagements, boom. Everything is there for you. Okay, so we talked about lead generation, social media. Now we talked about a database follow-up program. Okay, give me an example of what you guys are noticing as your biggest objection in the market right now. What's your biggest friction point with your buyers or sellers that you're
I think it's more so just timing.
hearing? Okay. So while it's going with the rest of it, I'm going to type in with my next one. My biggest objection that I am coming across.
Or more so like, yeah, like what will be the best time this year?
Okay.
It's not necessarily objective, probably not really.
People asking about what is the best time of year to buy or sell. What are 5 things I can say to them? And you see how we've already created the drip program. That's already done. Now we're already on to the next project. Okay. And the beautiful thing is it tells you why, what you're reframing, what your goal is when you're doing this, and then what are some follow-up questions that you should follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, how do I set up tabs? So you've done 5 things. I'm going to go to my office. I'm going to do these 5 things. And I want to reference them. Is there a tab that I can go and?
Yeah, so over here.
Real, or do I have to open
Over
up
here,
6 folders or what?
Okay, the top corner over there, you have a sidebar. So mine is just gibberish. So I sometimes have to remember where I've gone.
So on that sidebar, it'll have all the questions I do ask that I can just quickly add it.
Yeah.
And take me right to.
But if you actually want to have line by line, so now we're going to go new. So you click this one. Okay, so everything we spoke about since we started the class, that'll be bottom, and now we're going to start a new one. Anytime you want to start a new one, you do that over
And
and
then
over.
to go back to the stuff that you just did.
Yep, you just click here. You go. Now, what I've shown you guys is just the basic ChatGPT prompts. Okay, and you can dive a lot deeper in it, but I haven't used Google search in ages because now they came up with the search bar. Because before, ChatGPT actually had a cutoff date on what it could look up. So if it was time sensitive, you couldn't actually pull it up on ChatGPT. But that's different. So now you can actually click search. And now people are going to say, who is the best agent I should call? Listing my home. This is actually my home. And this is going to update SEO way quicker than Google does. So you don't get to just sit and be the top of Google ranking for months at a time. This is going to be updated a lot quicker time. So those ones came up so far. Again, people are going to start using ChatGPT as a search functionality.
Yeah.
I genuinely tell you, I have not used Google search. I use Google Suites. I use them for the backend stuff and emails and all that kind of stuff. But for search, I have not used them. Right? Now, I would disagree with some of these answers. Right? Yeah, and beyond that, we would go deep search, deep research. So if you're actually doing a a deeper project that's gonna need a lot more memory, you can do deep search. I haven't done too much on the deep research on this one. It's pretty new, but you can go a lot deeper. So if you need a lot more memory, if you're doing like a more involved project, you can do that. Beyond that, let's come up with logos. Let's come up with a picture. Before, you'd have to find somebody on Fiverr. They have to create a template for you. They gotta send it to you. Then you gotta review it. You gotta give them your critiques back and forth. Okay?
Jacob, Shannon, do you want to share what you did for the hockey team?
Basically saying right now, just describe it. They call themselves the Oreos, so I have the Oreo delivered.
Okay.
In detail, I described it to say, create a logo for a hockey team called the Oreo Blizzards. Their colors are black and white and yellow. Have it feature a Yeti and a Blizzard snowstorm throwing Oreo cookies, and it created the logo that I did order and have sold on the picture. Sure, it's fantastic. So
So I don't know what I said. Oreo Blizzard sitting on top of a maple leaf and have it featuring a Sasquatch. Don't know what that means, right? I can even explain to you what that would mean. And within minutes, if not seconds,
Next real estate logo.
Anticipation is killing me.
I know, right?
I feel like it's quite slow today.
Yeah, I think this kind of
Yeah.
Heard that as well.
could be the.
The
if you guys
storm.
can see it, update the internet service. You know, so far.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes the words don't come out correct.
Yes,
On the images, sometimes they chop.
their words are getting better, actually.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
right? Guys, this took 30, like we were saying, it's slower.
I know.
It took a minute, right? That's insane. Let's say,
What's a blizzard now?
make him wear a hat. And so the paid version also offers the ability to make more images. You'll use up a lot more memory if you're using the free version, and it'll actually block you for a
The
day
free
or so.
version has this pictures and.
I'm not sure if free has this.
No, I
one.
don't think
I
that.
think it
I
does.
think you can do one picture a day.
Okay, yeah. make the video.
On the free version?
On free version. But you can't make any like edits to it, so whatever populates. Like,
You're stuck with until the next day.
By the way,
yeah.
okay? So you can create your logo. You can do whatever you want with this. We're gonna let it load. I'm just curious to see if it's
I
actually.
think that the free version gauges kind of 4 or 5 images in a month or so. So I try to, not overdo it, but as you said, start getting into it more and make sure that they go off.
Right. Yep. Okay, so it's coming up with the next version of the Sasquatch wearing a hat. Let's see what it does. But you're getting the picture, right, guys? Any questions so far? Comments, observations?
I remember an agent last year that I went to, they used quite a bit of AI's built a business on it. It's Kirby Chan.
Yeah.
Somebody you probably know him. And he's got all these tabs and folders all set up kind of like you talked about. He's got like a family lawyer. One that knows every single stat and every like sports things. Like he's created all these questions. Like I could sit and do that and create a condition and clause, like a real estate lawyer there to write conditions and clauses for me. How about like something from the city? I want to learn more about certain zoning in areas, city of Oshawa, and some topics for some of my investors and what those designations and what they mean instead of, I know I can find it from the city website.
Yeah.
But how can I leverage that? Give me more information on it, just asking.
Just asking.
I would do the same when we were answering, ask ChatGPT a question, just take it, say, hey, I got this, it's a starting point. Go talk to your lawyer and verify.
Yes, exactly.
Right? Like that's a
100%.
that's a great idea.
Like-
Like that for asking so many stuff. Let's write that down.
100%. Like I've saved thousands of dollars by getting ChatGPT to review 40+ page documents. And then I get the major points and then I'll talk to my lawyer about it.
So how do you, what do you do? Is there an upload feature that you
Yes.
can upload a PDF into?
So over here, you can connect it, you can add it from your Google Drive, or you can actually just upload from your computer and drag and drop. It has a 10 megabyte limit, so if you have a big file, you have to connect it to your Google Drive. But once you sync it with your Google Drive, you can actually connect it and say, hey, read this document for me. I had an 80-page document recently that would have probably taken me hours. It spat it out. And then I could dive deeper and say, give me the 3 most important points. Now, again, I'm relying on the AI to tell me what it believes is the 3 most important points. So what I would usually do is summarize each page or summarize each clause and explain to me like I'm 5. Literally, I use that terminology with it. And it'll just spit it all out. And then I'll give my remarks and then send it to my lawyer instead of giving him an 80-page document saying, hey, read this and give me your thoughts.
I think that's kind of what I was going to ask is that, do you have the ability to show us sort of yours to see how you upload some of the stuff? I'm thinking upload photos, upload logos, upload branding, information that's specific files, Excel, and
It's-
Words or whatever, to have it linked, I guess, to Google Drive and then
Add to Google Drive.
access my drive instead of
It's
my
not,
message.
whatever you're doing is not showing
Oh.
there.
Okay. I don't know why that's up. Okay, so all it is,
Oh, yeah, the word's weird now, but he's saying, he's showing us, but not.
Right.
Did you change your screen?
no, I refreshed it. My screen's,
No, did you change, remember how you're just sharing the screen out the window?
oh, I looked.
You may have clicked on a photo, look at the top right, it's got your
I currently shared.
Google Meet. Okay, so stop sharing. And share again.
Oh,
It's frozen.
it's frozen on that, even though it's not showing. Okay, let me try to unsync it.
The other option is if you want not to,
Yeah,
ask,
yeah.
we can just join the Google Meet on the Mac, and then you just.
Okay, so what should I do?
Do your normal sharing like you normally would. Must be.
You see my screen now? Yeah, it's still loading the internet.
There you go. Is that your screen?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Okay. We can see now. Okay, so all it is. Press this. And it can load whatever you want. Just that plus right there. Okay. So let's see. So I'll give you guys an example. All right. This is AML compliance procedures. About to do. Review this and give me a short summary of each section. I just picked a random file, so please. So it's reading the document for me. And then boom. And then I can decide, you know, what area I want to dive deeper on. So tell me more about item 16. And item 16 was record keeping. right? Very intuitive, very quick, very easy. It's not hard. It's, you just drag and drop or you connect it to your Google Drive and you're set. Maybe that's just an example of,
In your case, I think we'll link it to specific, say, folders on Google Drive.
yeah, no, it's super easy. And it's not, you can't do a folder, you have to do a specific document.
Okay, that makes sense.
So say you had a spreadsheet, say you like exported it out list from command,
Okay,
and you wanted to sift through like everyone that had an email address and everyone that did not.
right?
But it all, but you could do it in command, and just put everyone in there.
Yeah,
It will do that.
it will.
And we'll put it in a new spreadsheet, like keeping, or give to be as specific and say like, keeping columns being these.
If you give it the instructions, it will do what you tell it.
Okay.
It might give you some issues once in a while, it might give you the wrong prompt and you just yell at it a little bit,
Yeah.
like, no, not like that, you know? And you're like,
No.
yeah, stop it. Like that. But no, as long as you give it more feedback, it will do what it wants. Right? Any other examples you guys want to see? You can, I'm going beyond real estate to show you that it covers everything, right? If you guys are in stocks, you can get it to read the annual shareholders meetings and say what stands out to you. And again, you prompt it. You are a world-class investor. You are a CEO. You have to tell the AI what mindset it is in before you ask it a question. Because the more general the question is, the more general the answer will be. The more you niche down, you specify specific things, the more intuitive it's going to be and give you guys some better answers.
How will the tariffs impact the real estate market?
Good. How will the upcoming tariffs, and again, notice my horrible tariffs, affect the Canadian real estate market? Deep breath. Okay, blah, 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 right? Too much words. More simple. More simple.
You can also like then tell it to like compose an email to your database,
Hmm.
right? And then you send that out to your database. Just read it before you send it out. Like, because sometimes there's some mistakes, but
Mhm.
just like makes things so much easier and faster.
Now, I said, tone should be optimistic and positive,
Yeah,
right? You can put in the tonality, how you want the wording to sound. And then boom, what the new tariffs mean for Canadian real estate and how to stay ahead, right? Boom, all of it's written for you. You want to change some things, you want to edit it, knock yourselves out. Copy, paste, send. Value proposition to your database. It was done in 30 seconds.
yeah. Even just like, you know, picking it apart too and saying what would be the best subject line for them to open the email, right? If that's not it, then it already wrote. So maybe they would look for something clever, so then you get a bigger open rate.
Just thinking, what should the subject line be
Yeah.
to get this email a little bit?
Yeah.
Mhm.
There you go, right? Anything with the word tariff, it really be working on open, but yeah.
There you go. Right?
Well, we just did that for a class that we're going to put on. We asked, give us 5 examples of what the class should be called for the same reason.
That's it.
Yeah.
I really don't think there's anything that you doing that you shouldn't at least get ChatGPT to review for you. Doesn't have to do it for you, but you can just, okay, what would you improve? Just get a different perspective. The computer knows more than you do. All right? We have to understand that at the end of the day, this has a lot more information at its disposal and it's much quicker.
I've crafted emails and posted it in there to say, you know, just polish it up and it'll come
Yes.
back and I'm like, that's a better positioning.
Yep. That's it. You can tell it to do anything. All right, so we made logos. We've come up with emails. We've created a 35 touch program. We've created a script with 10 topics for first-time buyers. So this is helping you at every aspect of the business, right? And it goes beyond business, guys. But again, you should be using it daily. Make it a habit. always ask yourself, how can I use ChatGPT? How can I use it more? Again, you're not gonna just blindly trust it on everything, but you should be using it the same amount that you use the internet, you should be using ChatGPT. Or any other form of AI.
I got a free, trial with Google AI last summer,
Yep.
and I just kept on, so I'm still paying for it. Is ChatGPT significantly better?
Light years.
Or, I think,
Light years ahead. No, Gemini sucks.
so I should just.
Yeah.
Stop that and pay for ChatGPT.
Yeah, I'm paying for Gemini because I'm on Google Suites, so I have the business plan for it, so they've included it. It's horrible. I will get it to polish emails just so I don't have to go back and forth from ChatGPT into the Google Suites to send emails out. But other than that, it is not intuitive at all. It is like decades behind what OpenAI is doing, and even DeepSeek. It's probably one of my least favorite AIs.
Haven't figured out how to monetize it yet, so Google's just pushing.
Yeah, that's it.
To the back.
This is the thing that's gonna make them lose their lead. This is it. We always thought Google was this immovable object that you have to just deal with. This is what's going to take their market share hands down.
I have another question.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm in the admin. So say you pull off the market report
Yeah.
off of Trend, and you have your own template that you use. Can you say, like, take the info from this document and put it in the corresponding thing in this document?
You can, but it's much more prone to errors when you're relying on it to scrape data and knowing what to plug and play. But as you go through it, you might say, hey, this was wrong. Why was this wrong? It'll learn. And then as you do it, I guarantee you by month 3 or 4, it'll just be super intuitive.
Okay.
But if you're doing data heavy scraping, I always tell double check, make sure you're watching it.
So say you're in Trend and you pull all terminated listings from offshore and you have that sheet.
Yep.
And there's obviously like so many that are duplicate addresses. Could you put that in there and say, pull out all the duplicates?
I don't see why you would. Like, I've never done that.
Yeah.
I would have to recommend trying that. Yeah. So how do we do that?
So we did Ralph,
Okay.
do like unavailable, like do a search, do unavailable offshore.
Ashley, Excel has a remove duplicate feature.
But then when this prints off, it's not in an Excel sheet.
Oh, I thought you said it was in Excel.
No, like
okay.
in Ralph, when you print it off, it's like in a list form.
Oh, I see. Okay.
right?
That's just something in the water.
I might.
Impersonate user.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm not a
search.
realm guy, so you gotta tell me.
Search.
Okay, search.
Middle, yeah. Hit clear, just so your last search is not there. Okay, go to location. Durham. And then you have to click that, it's a weird function, yeah, and then go option say,
Okay.
okay? And then see that little match on all area, you have to check that box. Bottom there, yeah,
Okay.
you always have to check that.
And
Then
done.
go to just go to for sale and go unavailable.
Okay.
Okay, done. And then go to more filters. And do like a date range, so this terminated, click on terminated. And do like whatever. Do a big range, so January 1st of last year to December 31st.
January 1st. Till today?
Sure. That should give us a bunch. Yeah, 1,900.
Okay.
Okay, so it'll only print 200, but go over to that blue arrow. Yeah. Go there, go to print. They will save it as a PDF. So that's- Oh, geez.
Can I download this?
Well, that's how I would do it through the print. I would just download it as a PDF. There's too many, so maybe we need to shorten for these, but I just want to see if it would do it.
Okay, let me try to show the dates.
Yeah, go to board filters and just. put it-
Do it October, because that's gonna be so many.
Or December 1st, or whatever, yeah. Okay.
I gotta do less than 100, it said. Oh.
And then, yeah, keep it as a table and uncheck math and uncheck listing details.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
You could print it, you should be prompted, you can save it as a PDF.
Okay.
So destination at the top. Yeah, and then save as a PDF.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone.
Who can see the forest from the trees?
Okay, so. What I'm asking is, are there any duplicates?
Yeah, just to remove duplicate addresses.
So because there was like.
Yeah, there's like a giant list and you're trying to target specific companies to go through and.
So,
So that just pulled the ones that were a duplicate.
Yeah.
Okay.
clean address. So they removed, I have removed duplicate addresses from your list and displayed the clean data for your review. Let me know if you need it. Okay, and then you download it and you open it in Google Sheets. So that's another really cool thing with this is they can take a PDF and convert it into a Google Sheet for you.
Let's say there was 20 exported and still 20 on that.
What do you want? So,
It's probably because the date range was
Yeah.
like 5 days needed.
they got rid of like one.
Oh, I see, so it's like originally 19, 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you had a bigger.
Yeah, that's what we were going about,
Yeah.
to do what you wanted to do. I was
Yes,
surprised.
yeah.
So like, right now we went from a PDF, I read the PDF, it created a sheet for you, and now you can download this and open it as a CSV file. So you just, even if you can convert, just even if not even removing duplicates, you like create a CSV file, and it goes from PDF into CSV, right? Anything you want, this will do. Like I'm like a computer hacker now, because all I do is I talk to the chat, what do I do now? And it just walks you through step by step, as opposed to like Google, you gotta find some sort of like question somebody asked 8 years ago and hope somebody gave it the right answer and all that kind of stuff. And again, it updates in real time. All right, we got like 10 minutes left. Any other examples or any questions you guys have?
Have you used DeepSeek?
I have used DeepSeek.
Yeah.
I love DeepSeek. But DeepSeek, there was a few times where I used it, it was too intensive, and it said overloading, and it couldn't handle the server processing of what I was looking for to do. I honestly, the first time I used DeepSeek, I thought I was gonna get rid of ChatGPT. I was like, why am I paying 200? I was gonna get rid of everything. At the end of the day, they all have different purposes. Sometimes I'll do one thing on ChatGPT and I'll give it to DeepSeek. I'll say improve this, and I'll just see which chat or which AI is better. DeepSeek is really good for a free model. Like very powerful, very intuitive, highly recommended.
Better than that.
Yeah, like look, so I'm involved in other things. So I'll give you an example. We're preparing an investment memorandum, right? And it's a 40-page document. With DeepSeek, it gave it 4 or 5 prompts and it came up with everything. With ChatGPT, it was like pulling teeth. It would give me a 2-pager. And I'd be like, no, I need more. Add this, add that. And it was a lot more back and forth. The version that I use for my lawyers is the one I use with DeepSeek. So I don't sleep on DeepSeek. DeepSeek is awesome.
So you downloaded that PDF. Now, let's say it had, I don't know, a couple of worksheets in there and it had 15 columns. And I want to manipulate this stat.
Okay.
So there was 300 lines on it and exactly what I was talking about. I wanted to put it already into an Excel, and like in Excel, I can remove the duplicates. I can add column C plus, B and blah, blah, blah. Could I have done that right out of the get-go, and then I could have the data in front of me so I don't.
The more moving parts you have, the more issues can come up. So remove duplicates is one thing for it to do. So yeah, if you want to do like, okay, remove duplicates, it did that, but then you get another
That
problem.
was 5 columns. Can I say, put these 21 lines into an Excel spreadsheet?
Well, it's already like, it is an Excel spreadsheet. Right now that it printed this out, right,
Well,
that's down in
Excel,
Excel,
so
it's
I
a
can
CSV
download
file. You download it and you open it in Excel
Okay,
or Google
gotcha,
Sheets.
gotcha, okay.
So that's what I was saying, like you could take a PDF, take all the listings, take 100 listings off Realm, download it as a PDF and upload it to ChatGPT and say, convert this into a CSV file for me. And then right there, convert a PDF into an Excel format in 10 seconds. Another cool thing, you can handwrite notes, right? Take a picture of it and say, summarize this. And if you have chicken scratch like mine, it's gonna mess up majority of the time. But if you have neat handwriting, it'll actually pick up a lot of it and get most of it right. Right? Really cool features. You go to a seminar, you know, before you retype them and all that kind of stuff. Now you can just take some pictures, say compile this for me.
Can it audio record the seminar and then give you a summary after?
You can audio record, not on ChatGPT, you can audio record on Google Docs,
Okay.
right, which is a form of AI. Copy and paste that into ChatGPT and say, summarize this for me. Compile the notes. Right? So that's the beautiful thing is everybody's got AI being used in all their formats and you can utilize them against each other. Right? What other things? So like Canvas can help you write code. You want to be a programmer, like you can do anything on this thing. What else have we got? So what they're also coming up with is operators. So you can actually get it to schedule tasks. This is still in beta. I don't have access to this one right now, but there's the ChatGPT operator. So you can tell it to do tasks and it will actually do it for you. I saw somebody showing a demo of like order me something on Uber Eats. And the ChatGPT went to their Uber Eats and ordered it for them. Like ordered them a Starbucks order. Right? So the thing about this is what we know today is old news in a week from now. The exponential growth that we're noticing with AI is going to break your neck with how fast things are going. So get caught up with it now, but then by the time you get caught up with it, I'm telling you, there's going to be other features moving on that like.
Yeah, by this time next year, there'll be a different conversation.
Yeah.
Right, so it will like essentially become virtual assistants.
100%.
Right?
100%.
Getting things done for you, writing things for you, touch with your clients.
What you guys are going to have is ChatGPT is going to have an AI assistant on your website.
Yeah.
Okay? Like we've created one.
We have one coming on our new site too. It's going to be an AI assistant. Literally just have conversations with the leads until you chime in.
That's it.
And keep it
You
going.
can feed it. So like we have a website, we've created the AI, you can actually go back and forth with it.
Yeah.
Instead of touching base with us, you can talk to the AI. And that's going to be very easily programmable into everybody's website. You can have real estate agents do that with listings. You're going to be able to say, AI, find me the 5 cheapest listings in Oshawa for 3 bedrooms. And the AI will bring it up instead of you having to go checkbox each one. Right? Yeah, the AI is here to stay and it's for every facet of our lives. And we want to figure out how we can utilize this in our day-to-day businesses to make us more efficient and get more done in less time. Like it is a very important tool. Yes.
Can we use ourselves in the company, a program to stage virtually appropriately or not yet?
Not yet. Not yet. But that's going to come. Like you're going to be eventually able to say to your AI, book me showings for this, and this property, and make me start here and make me end here. And it will look at it'll like Google Maps. It'll know the way you're going to go, and it will book the showings that you need.
So Lee's
That's
already
fine.
doing that on our team. So
Okay.
he'll already say, I'm showing these 6 properties, show me the most.
Yeah, I totally.
Did you? Yeah, show me the best.
Fastest route to get to
Fastest
these
route,
houses.
yeah, most
Yeah.
efficient for my time.
Yeah.
And just spit out.
And in 3 to 6 months, you're going to actually like book these showings.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to type that in and be like, all right, and it's going to auto send showing requests to all the offices connected to it and send you the confirmations.
Which program help you organize the group of people?
Chat.
Yeah, they put in all your addresses that you're going to. If you have like 10 showings in one day. And just say, what is the most efficient way for me to get from this? Like, or with these addresses, what is the most efficient route?
Yeah.
And it will map it all out for you. And then you'll know, like, it'll say the time in between, then you'll kind of know when to book your showings based on what the shows.
Yeah, if you say based on half an hour showing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Greg,
Yeah,
you're adding routines at a specific stuff. These are the same building, go ahead and make them back to back. oh, it's a 10-minute drive to the next one. Actually add 15 or 20 because they have to stop or wherever we,
Yeah.
if we're chatting, add buses, like, be specific, as you said, Jamie, the smartest thing I heard earlier when you first said on the more description you can add into it, to fine tune the response is how you save yourself a lot of time. I just hop on for this, don't around stupid things like the guardrail bags or tulip bulbs that, Jesus, the amount of time I spent planning on Denver and doing this in Google.
Yeah,
Oh. Just-
yes.
So hopefully you guys were able to take away some stuff that you can implement in your businesses or your lives today. This is just scratching the surface. So hopefully we'll do some more classes in the coming months, but make it a priority. It will save you a lot of time. It will make you more money. It's going to make you more efficient. It's an amazing tool. And the ones who aren't using it are going to get left behind. You cannot compete with somebody who uses AI. It's just physically not possible. So it's a superpower to leverage and utilize it. I highly recommend it. Yeah.
Blizzard drum.
What's that?
The blizzard drum.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I've got mine with,
This is the DeepSeek that was in the news just a couple of days ago, how they came around and rocked.
yeah, so these guys, what they did was up $6 million worth of hardware with like 1/100th of the staff. Right, but you have everything available to you, so you can do everything you did,
Talking about these guys 3 months ago, so I could have bought some stocks.
or you could have shorted NVIDIA when the word came out.
What's that?
You got it, guys, thanks for coming out. You got it. NVIDIA shares dropped as soon as this came out, because everyone's buying more chips.
Yeah,
They feel like they need more compute power to do more AI stuff.
so I should start buying video. So you're saying.
I don't know, it's a $3 trillion company, I'm not sure how much higher it can go right now.
David, is it not concern over security and proprietary information, especially with these things? That's what I've been hearing. Like,
It's because it's a Chinese company. I think you just know that anything you type into the computer, your data is out there. And so whether it's a Chinese company or an American company, somebody's got your data. But like, you know,
compromising personal information.
yeah, I wouldn't tell it your deepest, darkest secrets, because somebody's out there probably reading it and has access to it. But it's still.
That actually makes me feel good that somebody's interested in.
Somebody cares, yeah.
You know, dude in Bowmanville, you know, wants to know what I'm up to.
Yeah.
Stephen Young on the chat says, write me a thank you to Jacob, my AI teacher, whom is also a real estate colleague in my office.
Let me thank you. My AI teacher, who is, what was it?
Who is also my real estate colleague in my office.
Now, DeepSeek is really cool because it actually shows you its thought process. So DeepSeek is called first principles thinking. So it keeps going down backwards and backwards and backwards. Until
Oh my
simple
gosh,
set.
look at that.
A lot more detail, right?
A lot more detail. So I really do like DeepSeek a lot more. That's my pleasure. There you go. Ever in thy debt and steadfast in camaraderie. But yeah, so there you go.
I'm gonna get the chores written in Shakespearean for my daughter, who's actually.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming. Hope you guys learned something and good luck out there. Good stuff, Jacob.
Thanks, Jacob.
No problem.